Hi everyone, welcome to SebastianRaw. I've just got some things I wanted to share with you today in relation to some things that I run through with my clients when they first come to my gym. There's always a base of understanding that we need to establish from the start, which I think sets everyone off on the right foot. It's very important for people to understand why they're actually making a decision in life, especially when you're going to do something as important as committing to your own health and fitness. I think having a good background on what you stand for, what your goals are, what things in life you need to adjust are going to definitely set a foundation for success. So I'm the sort of guy who, I suppose, loves the process. I do a lot of back-end work with pretty much everything that I do in my life. That's just how I am. I like it. It's just something I've learned through experience with my businesses over time. I always like to have checklists and things like that, so I can work through specific elements of understanding without missing anything. It's very easy just to skip things, and if you're doing things off the top of your head, sometimes things go wrong. What I wanted to talk about today was 5 key words that I work through with everyone, and I do this not only in the gym, but I do it through my Online Coaching Australia page in regards to startups and business development. It's what I do when I want to start something. I have a look and really dive into my own head to find out what I want to achieve. Now, first, the 5 words are essentially truth, clarity, focus, effort, and consistency. Now, sure, they're just words, but having an understanding of how they affect your thought process can be a really good way of setting, like I said, a foundation to success and moving forward in the right direction. So the first one is truth. Basically, you've got to be really honest with yourself. I hear a lot of people come especially into the gym, or they want to start a new business, and they have a basic understanding of what they want. I'll give you an example. Like in the gym, you'll hear, "Oh, I'd like to tone up and lose some weight." There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's admirable. I think it's a starting point, but I think there's a lot more to it. I think from my experience, I've done a lot of coaching with individuals, team sports. I've played at the top level of my sport. I've had people in wheelchairs, autistic. I do the kid fit and do a lot of stuff with children. There's a lot of different aspects to these types of people. You want to call them clients, members, friends. They all have their own goal and their own outcome. The bottom line for all of these people is, I'd say, that they generally want to be happy. I mean, happiness is not necessarily defined by what we do. It's more of an understanding of the elements that we bring into our life, and I think we go in and out of you can call it a level of happiness, but what I want to get back to is truth. Now, truth is about being honest and really being clear on what you want to achieve in life. Now, that can be anything from your environment, your job, career, your health and your fitness, how you perceive yourself, what roadblocks and other emotional, mental, physical elements are holding you back. Sometimes it's other people in your life. Sometimes you don't even know what these things are. And I think that's why at the beginning of any of these, I call them opportunities, it's really important to establish a foundation of understanding. So truth is the first one. Now, once you've been really honest with yourself and you've written this out, you have your little list. It can be a bit daunting when you start asking yourself the right questions and tough questions, but once you've established these elements, you'll find that you have a level of what I call clarity. Clarity is the second word. Clarity is your aha moments in life. Now, I think everyone has had them in life. Sometimes we look back at our past and think, "Oh my God, what was I doing back then?" And you feel different to whom you are now. But the one thing you want to do is, once you've been honest, work out what's clear and what's your moments and your elements of clarity that you'd like to focus on and maybe adjust or change. And then what we can do is apply the third word, and that is focus. Now, focus is essentially your ability to maintain a level of concentration on achieving your goal. Okay, we've all had moments of focus, and I think there's been parts of our life that sometimes we drift. You know, we might stick to something for a little while, and I think everyone's done that. You could probably apply that to a gym membership, or you know, sometimes we start a job and think, well, geez, this is not right for me, and we move through. I think a lot of people can relate to that when we're a bit younger. I think when we're still learning we're a bit more about ourselves, which is what it's all about. Now, focus. And I use this analogy with focus. It's like if we were about to drive to Sydney, and I think I live in Canberra, and Sydney's what, 2.5, 3 hours away. We know what it's like. We get out onto the highway, turn on the music, and bang, off we go, 1 kilometre at a time. We know that we're going to get to the end game. Now, it's going to take some time. It's going to take 2.5 hours, depending on not if we stop off at McDonald's and or whatnot on the way. And you know, we get there in about 2.5, 3 hours. Now, if we end up in Braidwood, which is, you know, a 40 minute detour, does that mean we failed? Does that mean we stopped? Does that mean we turn around and go back? No. What we do is we get back onto the highway and we focus and refocus on our end goal, which was to get to Sydney. It may have taken an extra hour and a half, got there in 5 hours. Does that matter? No, we got to the end. Now, that simple analogy of just driving down the highway 1 kilometre at a time, doing what you need to do, keep your eye on the road, is the same focus we need to apply to any of our goals, okay? Once you understand the process, which is 1 kilometre at a time, one step at a time, each element, you've just got to stick with it. Now, effort is the fourth word. Effort is putting your shoelaces and tying your shoelaces in the morning to get up out of bed to get to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, or you know, going to a job that you really hate. That takes an effort. You know, an effort is also how you apply yourself. So if you're going to go really hard, or you're just going to go a sort of a safe level of focus, or you could apply it to the gym in the sense that when you get into a workout, some days you feel really good, some days you don't, but you know, you have to make an effort regardless. And I think those efforts are not only physical, but they're mental. Just coming through the door sometimes could be an effort, and they're really, you know, stringing those together and putting that together into and aligning with not only your truth, your clarity, your focus, and your effort. You're on the right path. Now, the last thing I talk about is consistency. It doesn't matter what you promise yourself in life. It doesn't matter what your plan is. You can have a checklist and you can have everything written down and you can promise everything to your mum and tell them that you're going to do really well. Nothing matters as much as the consistency and the understanding of process. Stick with it. Persevere. Don't stop. All the way through to the end. Unless it's something you really don't want to do, then stop. Right? There is a grey area there. As long as you're aligned with the end game and the passion, then go for it. Now, another part of consistency is talking about your on and off days, and I'll talk about this a lot. On days where you walk into the gym, or you're focused on what you want to achieve, and you feel really good, and you're going to go for it, and you apply maximum effort, and you get a lot done, and you feel great. We all have those days. Now, I think we take those for granted to the point where we rely on them to set a foundation of movement forward in life. But the issue is there's not enough of those as a collective throughout the year. Not every day is a great day. I mean, if you want to apply it in regards to the gym itself, you'll find that there's days where you walk in, you've had a bad day, you've got to pay a bill, the boss has been a jerk, something like that, something's affected you, it hasn't been great, but you're there, you've walked through the door. As a coach, I always am grateful for anyone that walks through the door, because you know, that's the effort. If you can string your off days, okay, your off days are when you come in and it's a bit of a struggle. Just put those together with your on days throughout the rest of the year. What you'll find is you're going to be a lot more successful in the long term, because you're ticking the boxes. You're ticking the boxes, putting the steps that you need to do together over a period of time. Okay, because it's effort times consistency over time. Okay, yeah, that's the formula. You can't beat effort times consistency over time. Give yourself time, be consistent, put in the effort. The end game there will be that you'll find that you're going to be a lot more successful in whatever you do. And with this type of little scenario of, you want to call them keywords, it sets a foundation. Now, foundations are going to be everything in regards to your success. Okay, so just remember those words: truth, clarity, focus, effort, consistency. If you want to know more, feel free to hit me up, PM me on this on my website or on my Facebook. I'm happy to talk through some other triggers, I suppose, in regards to helping you establish a good foundation of understanding of what you want to do and how to move forward. Planning is everything, and have a great day. See ya.